Here, we'll get this going. There it is.
Hunting to my recording.
Yes.
Washing machine. I think that's actually that's the washing machine that's going. I feel like laundry's just never ending. Just always there for me.
Yeah, absolutely. My wife finally, I think finally has, I don't know, we'll say conceded that laundry always needs to be done every day. Like you have to do at least a load a day.
A load a day.
Yeah. Yeah. She's never been that.
Like it's just
right. She's never been that type. She's always been the type where you have one day and you do laundry.
Laundry day, yes.
Yes, exactly. You do 12 loads of
like
laundry.
14 hours of laundry.
Right, exactly. But then you have kids. And then, yeah, the worst part is my kids are getting close to teenage age.
Oh, yes. And, it's kind of bad because they'll change their clothes less, but they'll need to more often.
Yes. Yeah. They're not changing the clothes less, but they're just a lot stinkier.
Yes. Hygiene talk needs to happen.
Yes.
Body spray is not a substitute for bathing. Put more deodorant on. Or you just gotta put deodorant on, period. Start at the baseline.
Yeah. We gotta have that toxin.
We're still, we're almost on the other side of potty training. Still some accidents, but it's like everything with parenting. If anybody asks for parenting advice, I'm like, you know what? Having a dog is a good primer because you're going to deal with the same level of poop on like a daily basis. So the sooner you're comfortable with like handling poop, cleaning poop,
right,
gagging, fighting that back, you're like, yeah, you'll be ready for kids, no problem.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Absolutely, I can agree with that.
Yeah, it's like every new parent should just get like a box of gloves. Just like you're just going to need these. You won't know when, but you will be glad you have them when the time comes.
Yeah. It seems like something that would be a perfect
baby shower gift. There's a hazmat suit,
even better baby shower.
Yeah. No, you'll thank me. Might take a couple years, but you'll get there. We all do.
Yeah, it's it's bad when when you're grabbing for the gloves in order to change the diaper, but I've been there.
Or you're just like, so how much do we like this clothes? Grandma gave it to you? You know what? We might just tell her that this onesie's just a toast. Like we've definitely thrown clothes away.
Yeah, like, they've grown out of them. Yeah. Yep.
I don't want to see those pants again anyway. Right. So it's gonna be emotionally scarring for each of us.
Those are the things that they don't talk about very much in regards to raising kids.
Yeah, they need like practical knowledge.
Right. It's going to happen. It's not a matter. I should say it's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. Yes. No matter what, it's going to happen. You're going to have the poop coming up the back, and
those are the fun ones.
Yeah, especially when you have a onesie on and it's hidden for a long period of time, and then all of a sudden you see at the back of the neck.
Oh God! Now we know what the smell was. Yeah, we've taught the phrase "never trust a fart."
Oh yes.
That one's been a big one lately. Also, just like don't put your fingers in your butt. Yeah. Things that I didn't think I'd have to say every day to a human being. Nobody, don't put your fingers in there. Do not smell it. Do not put it in the dog's face. Don't put it in your daddy's face. Just no.
Dustin should be a little bit better off, but he Zook's picked it up somewhere.
Monkey see, monkey do. It's all I can figure out.
Oh shoot! All right,
this isn't a parenting show, but
yeah. Well, that's always
we talk about everything. So
the hot start.
That's right.
So you got anything new that you're getting into that you want to share?
Well, it is peak mushroom season right now, so I've been really hitting the mushroom hunting hard. I've kind of got like my fall list going already of mushrooms I'm specifically looking for.
So you're doing kind of like a scavenger hunt?
Kind of, and I don't know if this is the same across all the regions, but like September, October are really good for mushrooms in South Dakota. So we should be getting close to puffball season, which I'm really excited. I really want to eat a puffball mushroom. I found out they were edible and found all these recipes on TikTok at the end of the season last year. So I'm on the hunt. Should be in a couple weeks. Find a good sized one, maybe grill it up or bread and fry it. I don't know.
There you go. A
I never knew you could eat them.
puffball. Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't think that there'd be a lot of substance. I
Well, you
mean,
got to get them before they
mostly
sporulate. They'll still be firm. Like you
okay.
cut them inside and they look like a big mozzarella ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So somebody said like, you got to get them really early before they actually are, puffy.
Yeah.
Should have some chicken of the woods coming in soon. I've been trying to look around my usual places. That usually comes back each year. So
Mm-hmm.
chicken of the woods.
I seen you been posting a lot of turkey tail feathers.
Yeah, lots of turkey tails, lots of fun
Yep.
colors.
Yep.
It's like peak ear fungus time.
Hmm.
It is called ear fungus because it looks like ears,
Ear
kind of like
fungus.
a purpley brown color.
Interesting.
A lot of those. Apparently, it's edible. It looks terrible.
Uh,
Supposedly big in like Asian cuisine. So I don't know if it's like I said, just culturally, it just maybe it wasn't a stir fry.
there you go. There you
But
go.
I mean, it's called ear fungus for a reason. It does look like an ear. Brain fungus, lots of brain fungus, which also looks like a brain.
Sure.
Pheasant backs, which you can eat. They're usually like the big white kind of shelf style ones that you see on a
Oh,
lot of trees.
sure. Sure.
And King Alfred's cake, which is it's a mushroom type, and it's also called coal mushroom. It looks like a little, like a packing peanut, but black, and it
Oh,
just like stuck on the
interesting.
side of trees. I don't think
Interesting.
it's edible. It doesn't look like it's edible.
Yeah. So Marty Pants posted a mushroom the other day. Did you see that? It had a
I think I missed
really
that one.
tall top to it. It was
Oh,
like really tall and narrow, and most of it was the top that just kind of kept on like it
I
was
wonder if it's like just
stretched
an
out.
ink cap.
Could
A
be,
lot of ink
yeah.
caps. Shaggy mane season's around the corner. I don't think you
Shaggy
can eat
mane.
them.
That's what I
Shaggy
looked it
manes
up,
look
and that's what it
cool.
came up as. That's what I remember that as. Yeah.
Yeah, those are really common. Also, stinkhorn, which is Zeux's favorite. They
Oh, of
kind of look
course.
like a weird little penis, and they smell terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, those
As
are those are Zeux's favorite because they're always covered in bugs, and
oh,
they
fun.
look like little penises. So that's fun.
So what are some mushrooms that you're looking for?
I'm trying to again find some chicken of the woods, which should
Right,
be
of
pretty
course.
soon, and puffballs. I haven't seen a lot of elf cups. I saw some
Okay.
early in the season, so I think it might be just too dry for them, but they can be all sorts of different bright colors, oranges and reds.
Sure.
Um,
I'm assuming there's mushrooms in the area that are mushrooms that don't grow in this area.
yes, like I said, we've got a pretty limited, and a lot of it's because of the type of trees we have. The
Oh,
more
okay.
tree diversity, like there's certain mushrooms that grow on certain trees.
Hmm.
So since we don't have quite as much biodiversity with the trees around here, you see very specific types of trees. So like you go somewhere like Wisconsin, they have a lot of different mushrooms because
Sure,
there's
but
more trees, there's more moisture retained in the forests.
yeah,
But
more dense forests.
yeah, so like one of these days we'll have to go mushroom hunting in Wisconsin because that would be pretty wild. I know that out in like Pennsylvania they do a big mushroom festival in the fall.
Hmm.
But
Good.
yeah, it's fun. I hang out in a couple online forums where people post pictures and I try to identify it. Of course, people send me mushroom pictures all the time. So yeah,
Of
what is
course.
this? I'm like, well, I can probably guess. I'll get my app out. So I just tell
Yes.
everybody like, don't eat it. Don't unless you absolutely know what it is. Don't eat it.
It's probably the first question everyone always wants to know too.
Yeah, which I always think is like, because I'm like, even when I see a cool mushroom, I guess I don't really care if it's edible. I'm also not a huge like culinary fan of mushrooms. It's like a
Hmm.
very narrow range that I like, but
Sure, sure.
yeah,
It has to be fried, basically
pretty
as
much. I mean, if
far
I
as
can dip it in ranch, great.
yeah, there you go. Your Midwestern
But yeah, the
affinity.
Midwest bar is pretty high. What is this? And can I dip it in ranch? Like a lot
Right, right.
of ranch.
There you go. There you go. Oh, funny. Well, speaking of getting outdoors and everything, I always have to have some kind of a
You like the
transition.
segues, folks.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Which I'll have to say the word Segway itself, I never realized how it was spelled until like maybe a couple years ago. It's
Like
not
the device. Now I'm like
well, it's
confused.
not spelled like the device. It's Segue. That's how you
Oh,
spell Segway in regards to segways, not Segway.
Segui.
The GUI. I
A
know.
smooth transition, which I just did not perform.
Right. So I just had to mention that. I never realized until a couple of years ago that Segway is actually spelled Segue when it's in conversation.
Interesting.
There you go.
Here
Something.
we go. A little nugget. Another
Absolutely.
word that I don't use enough in print because obviously I didn't know that one.
I've seen it. I saw it a couple times and I was like, what's a Segui?
I
Yeah,
like honestly, if I don't have a red squiggle, I have no idea what things are, guys.
right, right. Sometimes those red
Red
squiggles
squiggle or
can be,
bust.
yeah, they can be tricky too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it. Well, shoot, we were in the office the other day and somebody asked, like, just a super common word, and like the whole marketing department was quiet. He's like, I was asking you guys about this word. We're like, did you just like paste it in an email or something? I don't know. Like, grown ass adult people talk about like, oh, I never used algebra. I'm like, I also just never learned how to spell, and I'm apparently a writer. So there we go.
Right.
One of
That's
these
why
days I'll get my shit together, possibly, but probably
you
not.
gotta lean on the tools. That's why.
That's right. Yeah, it's just because I'm explaining the tools doesn't mean I'm stupid. In fact, it makes them actually smarter. So there.
There you go. There you go. You're just being more
Turn your
efficient.
logic on you.
All right, I'll get back to what I was
Yes.
saying.
All right. So
Being
segue
outdoors,
into.
yeah, being outdoors, and surprisingly enough, I've been outdoors a little bit recently, and I'm kind of fascinated with Donna has been wanting to do some landscaping around the house. And so we did a couple of different projects. And I tell you, I'm really surprised at how much better it looks when it's properly landscaped.
Yeah,
You
get some
know, so
levels
like
in there.
yeah, so like around the house, and there's we have a big tree in the back that is built up by cement blocks on the side, and
Mhm.
just inside of it was just a wood chipping, the red wood chips that
Yeah.
they just put in there. It was just the cheapest thing that I'm sure that was available. But it was like, you know what? I hate those wood chips. I absolutely hate them with a passion because they never stay around. They're never, stick in one place. They're always blowing all over
Mhm.
everywhere. Then you have to just keep on replace them and keep on filling
Just
them
keep
in.
dumping more on top. Yeah. Good
Absolutely. So
strategy.
I hate it. I hate it. So I always like, so now that I own my own place, we've
Mhm.
we've been
Do
homeowners
whatever
only.
you want, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I said, you know what? I don't want to have this shit anymore. So we started replacing that red, those red chips with red lava rock around the
Mm,
house, and it looks so much better just because
nice.
you don't
It's not gonna
have
blow
those
away. It's
black
not gonna
spots.
wash away.
Exactly. You don't have those opening spots that all of a sudden show up, and around the tree, we took out that and we dug it down a little bit, and we put white rock around the
Oh,
tree. So
nice.
it really pops, and it's
Awesome.
amazing. But those are things that I never thought that I would get into, just because I don't I've never really put a lot of time and effort into it,
Mhm.
especially as a renter. It's like
Yeah.
I don't want to put any money towards this, and
Well,
the
yeah.
the landlord's not going to put anything towards it.
Mhm.
It's going to do something to be able to help their land, but they don't want to do anything.
Right.
Instead, they'll just buy those bags of mulch and they'll just keep on throwing that on there and thinking
Mhm.
that's good enough. So yeah, so that's one thing that I was really surprised that I'm starting to get into, and that's landscaping.
That's cool. So you like thinking you might plan some projects, landscaping projects for spring then?
Yeah, so we are yeah, we already keep on having the ideas for different things. So this last summer, we did the fence work around the
Mhm.
house, and because of that, we redid a couple of gardens. We have 3 gardens in total. We
Wow.
don't have a large backyard, but we just have small spots where it was just the grass was all killed, and Donna wants to always she wants to grow flowers and vegetables and
Mhm.
fruits. So we kind of split them into different places. So we have a raised garden that was here, and then we have 2 corners that have garden areas already. So we've acquired some edgers and some edging or whatever, landscaping to put around it to be able to block it off. And so that's what we've done up until this point. But now, like I said, we're replacing that wood chippings with the red rock, and we need to go into next spring. We're going to have to do that going on the other side. There's a
Oh,
lot of
imagine.
landscaping that's already built into the place, so that makes it easy. We need to try figuring out how to keep our plants dying.
Yeah,
They
that'd
keep
be a good idea.
yeah, they keep having a tough time. They don't come back in the spring, so we just we keep on buying ornamental grass, which I think is hilarious, but it was what
Ornamental
was there
grass. I dig it.
before. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna have tall grass here. It's like, I'd rather have something else. I
Purposeful
mean,
tall grass.
yes,
I mean,
yes.
that's real bougie. I like it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We'll mow this grass. This grass,
This is
we're
the
gonna let it
special,
go.
it's ornamental grass.
It's ornamental. Yes, absolutely. That's I'm gonna cut it down in order to be able to make my
You have to
smoothie
actually
later.
maintain it
Yeah.
with like a special conditioner.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
have no idea.
yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
either. We just plant
yeah.
hostas because you can't kill them and they grow back every year. So
Oh yeah, yeah. So
it's a
and
staple.
Donna hates hostas. I mean,
Really, I
just
love
yeah,
hostas.
they're great.
Ferns
You
though.
can't you can't contain them.
Yeah, you have to bust them apart like every other year. They just start taking over. Like the
Yes.
ferns, our ferns are they're
Oh
just like little grenades. They'll show up random place in the yard, and then just you gotta dig them all the way up by the root to kill them. And
yeah, yeah.
not as bad as mulberry trees.
Oh yeah, mulberry trees, they spread
They're the
really fast.
worst. They're the
Oh really?
worst. I Half our yard is trying to turn into mulberry trees. And like anybody that thinks that like the questions the like will to survive has never ever had to deal with a mulberry tree. Those fuckers are serious. Like you could probably
Mulberry
pour
trees and
battery acid on it, they'll
dandelions.
come back twice as strong. It's insane.
I was surprised. We had a mulberry tree at the rental place that actually died off. There was a huge freeze that came through, ice storm that came through, and it took out the mulberry tree. It never recovered from that.
I need these secrets.
Yeah, yeah. I just need to freeze it
Put
out.
a hit on this mulberry tree. This fucker. Just
Hmm.
never gonna get it, never gonna kill it, I don't think, but I will find a way. I've cut it back a million times. I've dug up all the roots I can find. It's still just
Oh, funny. Does it still go to fruit?
I don't let it get that far, but
Yeah,
it sends out little shoots, so it like
yeah.
grows like 2 feet away from where I killed it.
Oh, funny.
It's my
Interesting.
nemesis. You
The
didn't know it
root
was
is there
possible.
somewhere. Excellent. All right, what else?
Ooh, and this might be fun to try. So something else I've been really getting into is AI generated artwork.
Oh, yes, yes.
Those people who have seen our lovely profile picture, that horrifying abomination, might be familiar with this because that was done with, was it Doll E
Yeah,
or
doll E,
Doll
or
E?
now known as crayon.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I've been getting into Mid Journey, which is a
yeah,
little bit different. I've really been able to have some fun with it. I think it's a neat brainstorming tool. Ethics aside, with maybe some of the artistic license it takes from borrowing it, pictures that are out on the internet, conversations for whole other days, but it's really fun. So I thought what might be fun, since I subscribe to it now, so I can do like 200 of them a month or something, which seems crazy to me, but I
yeah.
thought it'd be fun if we did one of our podcast and see what it came up with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I've
Oh,
got it.
perfect.
I'm gonna share a screen with you.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so I
Oh,
can show you real quick. Sorry for people listening. Use the theater of the mind, uh,
yes, absolutely.
but they have some like just crazy things that people have made. Here we go.
Oh,
There's the
it
favorites
is.
gallery. I
Yeah, the
mean,
mid
everything from
journey.
photorealism to crazy
Yes.
illustrations, but we'll go into one of the general forums here and
Yeah, mid journey, or what's mid journey? Yeah,
Mid Journey.
it's gotten it's amazing. I mean, it is definitely a step
All
up
right. So we're gonna type in,
compared
I could get
to.
into this podcast and see what the AI makes for us.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so she's going. It kind of stinks
Yeah.
because so like people who are listening, it goes into a forum on Discord and it starts generating images based on whatever you feed it. So If
Oh
you give it very
gosh.
vague parameters, the AI is in charge of just sort of like interpreting however it would like. Uh,
Yeah.
if you give it very, very specific ones, I mean, it can do photorealistic pictures of celebrities, people. There was a really touching story about a gal that her grandmother had passed away and she didn't get to see her grandmother before she died. And she had worked with Midjourney to do a portrait of her grandmother standing in like a field of poppies, and it looked just like the photo. It was so cool.
Oh
Um,
wow.
but
That's
they do have
crazy.
certain words that are banned, so you can't do like gory images,
Oh
um,
sure.
violent images, stuff like that. But
It
you
kind
know,
of does that on its own though, it
but
looks
it's
like.
weird because you can know as you're in it, you're in this open thread, so you can see what everybody else is plugging into it and watch in real time as it starts kind of like fleshing them out,
Yeah.
which is interesting. Let's
Oh
see here.
funny.
Gotta find mine. It says it's done. There it is.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's
It's so
pretty
soothing.
that's soothing.
It's too
I don't
soothing.
I don't see us as being soothing.
So then you have these options down here to do upscale, which like adds detail, or you can do variations, which is like, all right, you know, mix it up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And so you can keep, so right here, I've got this one, I think is the variation. And then I've got
Okay.
another one that's doing an upscale. But
All
as you go through, you can kind of pick and choose the ones that you like the most and sort of, here you go, Rick and Morty Garage Laboratory.
right.
Who is this one? William Shatner as Captain Kirk in 1970 fighting monster on poster. My favorite was like, you know, sometimes at night I'll be in here where I'm writing and you have people like doing just like the cringiest things, like sexy Angelina Jolie, low cut top, vampire lips,
Oh
cinematic
man.
lighting, hyper realistic. I'm like, oh dude, it's just like and you look through, it's like the 15th time they've been doing this picture. You're like, buddy, there's a very specific problem you have. Like these are all, like I said, kind of like backgrounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
What does that one say? Fish catching people.
Fish catching people. Oh my.
Yeah, it's fun. Like I said, it's also just kind of a really interesting exploration into the human psyche because there's just, you know, tons of forums to bounce around into and see what people are making
Right.
and what they come up with. So
Oh
yeah,
my.
so that's what I've been getting into. It's like I said, kind of more just entertaining. It's again really been fun for doing pitch decks and artwork for projects, but and yeah,
Yeah.
and just like mindless distraction.
You're gonna have
We
to
don't have enough of
download
that.
that picture and then we'll use that as our background going forward now.
There we go. It gives me a little bit like more soothing than the nightmare image. I just love that that's like what it came up with because it's
I can't even remember what I searched for in order to be able to put up with that. I think it was just Brett and Leah podcast or Brett and Leah, something like that. I
you know
didn't
I
see
should maybe I'll see if it comes up with the Brett and Leah.
yeah, there you go. Brett and Leah podcast. Something like that and see what happens.
Brett and Leah pie. All right, we'll let that simmer.
There you go.
Let
We'll
that
see what
crack a
happens.
lack while we talk, and then I'll share it to you when it's done. And then we'll share with you listeners and you can go,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
You'll
curious
see
to see
the
what it
you'll,
thinks Brett and Leah looks like, but I'm guessing we're gonna be like probably like white vanilla toast people, which
yeah, it wouldn't be very far from the
oh
truth.
man, they're looking good already.
Oh, good.
Oh,
You'll have to
no.
you'll have to send me your favorite one, and we'll use that one going forward.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's also like putting some text in there. You know what? It's nailing one of them. It's got Brett with a beard.
Oh, nice.
Your face is like a little off, but
Sorry, that seems right. Yeah. Oh, funny. Well, while that's going, I'll talk about my other one that I got that I'm kind of getting into or that I'm hoping to start to get into. So unfortunately, the pandemic and everything has really gotten to me, and I've put on a few pounds, just a few. So I am going to I want to try to find out how to lose some weight or start working out. And so I know it's a really generic, thing about getting into. However, I'm not that kind of person. I'm not the
yeah,
person that wants to exercise, but I'm at a point where my body is hurting so much, I might
Mm.
as well be doing something to be able to
Constructive with this pain.
yeah, say it's self-inflicted at least, instead of, the
Fair.
self-inflicted tie because I'm just at a desk all day.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing I was looking into. And I don't know, if anything, I'd love to be able to hear from listeners on weight loss tips, or working out tips for someone that doesn't typically work out. I do a lot of research, and I've done a lot of research trying to figure out, what can I do to be able to motivate myself to start working out, because that's my biggest kicker. I'm not motivated to work out. I'm not at the point where I think, oh my God, I'm gonna die if I don't work out. No,
Hmm.
I'm just gonna be in more pain. I
Yeah.
understand that. And I can rationalize that, unfortunately, saying, yeah, I'd rather deal with that instead of having to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning every morning
Right.
to be able to go run or do whatever
Hmm.
that is. So I would love to hear any kind of hints or tricks to be able to try to fool myself into thinking that I'm doing something good for myself. I mean, that's what kind of where it comes down to, and what I have to do. I've tried, doing bets on myself, and trying having, other people, hold me accountable for that. And it never works out. I
Yeah.
never stick with it. And I get to a point where I get comfortable with it, and I was like, okay, and then I'll be good for a while, and then I'll go back to my old habits, and it'll always end up coming back to me anyway. But
Hmm.
that's what I this is my new way of trying to hold myself accountable, by claiming it and stating it on the podcast, so that when I listen to this a year from now and I say, oh yeah, that's where it started, or else,
Yeah.
holy shit, that's where it all went wrong. Um I
I feel in
shouldn't have
every episode.
listened.
Where
Exactly.
it started. This is where it all went wrong.
I shouldn't have listened to Graham and took his advice.
I mean, that's
Uh,
probably for whatever it is you're talking about, probably solid.
yeah, that's probably true. But so that's more or less, it's a very selfish thing that I'm getting into to talk about it. But I do want to I do want to be um in less pain, we'll say.
Yeah.
Pain free isn't really the thing, because I know that I can't be pain free. But I'm having a hell of a lot of troubles with my back recently,
Mm.
and it is not fun, and all it does is just weighs on my attitude with coworkers, with family.
Well,
And
yeah.
it's all self-inflicted. I know that it is, but at the same sense, I don't need to I shouldn't have to use that as an excuse, or I don't know, or whatever. um yeah, that's the one thing that I really want to start getting into and start figuring out. I've been watching these videos lately. Well, so there's a couple things that's kind of jump started this. One, there's a friend of mine, Zach Hamill, that just posted some pictures that he's lost 65 pounds over the
Wow. Great.
last year, I think it is. And he's about 5'8". I mean, so 65 pounds, it was a lot. and
That's a
and
lot of
he
weight.
looks yeah he looks phenomenal. And so I was like, man, that's and his before picture is like, yeah, that looks a lot like my body type. So it's like, well, if he can do it, I should be able to, and but just seeing that difference, and hearing how went through the journey, and
Hmm.
um he feels different physically and everywhere else. Really has kind of hit a string. And then this seen a couple of videos where they've had father and son kind of doing a workout regime, and showing their progress as they hold each other accountable. And my son is 14 now, and so it's like, we've been talking about trying to get a gym, and actually Brody and Zoe are both very cool with working out, with when
Being
we go
active.
to being active. There you go. When we went to the hotels in Dallas, the one thing they wanted to do at each hotel was go to the exercise room.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I mean, they absolutely get it. But poor old dad needs to be brought into the program. So I don't know. I've been thinking about it that way. It's that saying, if we can work with a trainer to be able to work with both Brody and I,
Yeah, that'd be
that
cool.
might
You guys can
be,
motivate each other.
yeah, that might be something that will help out as well. So those are kind of the things that has led to me wanting to make a change, I guess. But
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Hopefully everyone can chime in with some cool ideas or some
yeah, I'd
feedback
love to
that
hear
work for
them.
them.
Absolutely. I've tried portion control, and that's been good for a while. I
It's
don't
not long term.
I don't drink a lot of pop anymore because I switched over to water, and I lost a lot of weight that way. But I still don't go do pop anymore, or
Mhm.
soda. However, wherever you're listening to this, you might want.
Yeah, be inclusive with soda names.
Mm-hmm. So so I wanted to throw that out there, and I wanted to chat about that. So
No, that's cool. I'm very sticker motivated. I recently started doing a sticker chart for, like I said, little stupid things because
yeah.
I'll get busy, and I mean, maybe this is just lack of executive function. I'll forget to like wash my face, brush my teeth,
Mm,
like run the dishwasher, water my plants, just like stupid things that like the stakes are low. There's not, but it's the accumulation of lots of bad habits.
yeah.
And I mean, if anybody, especially like even with weight loss journeys, like you are your habits. So if you can do things on a regular basis, for like a month, then they'll become a habit and you won't have to keep a super snazzy sticker chart. But it's been going really good.
Good, good.
And like got up last night, I was like, I didn't floss my teeth. And I was like, go floss your teeth so you can put your sticker in the morning.
Gonna have that bit that empty spot on the
I
sticker.
know I'm gonna have
Yeah.
that spot of shame, and I've
Yeah, there you
ruined my
go.
streak.
Yeah. Oh
I
man.
mean, it's dumb, but yeah, I think it just kind of goes to show that you just do whatever works for you.
Right, right. Yeah.
It's
And
just the
that's what I
finding
need to
out
do.
that's hard.
I need to find that thing that makes it click for me. And
Yeah.
I just haven't found that yet.
No.
I think it's just gonna be just get the knife and just butcher myself, or have someone butcher me, take that fat out, and yeah,
I mean, I can just come over with
liposuction.
my skates and wail on you until you. Leah comes over and she chases me around the block with a bat.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very
I'd
effective
probably
cardio.
rather take the beating.
That's the problem, right? Not enough motivation. Yeah, I hear
Right,
you.
right. I'll sit in the
Just let
hospital
me
saying,
die.
at least I wasn't exercising. Yeah.
Died doing what he loved, avoiding working out.
Yeah, yeah.
I should die. I'm kind of at that same point where I'm like, it's winter, or it's gonna be winter soon. So like, do I get a gym membership? Do I like kid myself into thinking I'll have enough discipline to do this at home?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure
I,
out a happy medium.
and that's why I think is like, well, this is kind of a bad timing for it, but at the same sense, if I can get it to work
I mean,
and get it to
now
work
it'll be
now,
even easier when it's cold out.
yeah,
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 well,
or it'll
that's
be easier
true.
even when it's warm out, because then
Hmm.
I could do more things. I can go outside and do more
Hmm.
walks or whatever. But if I find something that I can do internally and find a rhythm, and yeah, just kind of keep at it, that's what I need to do.
Well, and I think the most helpful thing when you're trying to like start a new habit is remember that like 1% is greater than zero. I think it's
Mm,
really easy to decide that like I had one day that was bad, and it's like, well, you know what? That one day you decide to have a side salad instead of French fries. That's not nothing. It's
right.
really easy to get discouraged because you're not being your like, absolute perfect self all the time, because that's not realistic. Even if you
Right.
just walked around the block, well, yesterday you didn't do that much. So trying to
Yeah.
find those little wins can really put some fuel in your tank.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
My
Absolutely.
kid stomps above our heads. We're getting a new to us couch tomorrow, so our living room is like mostly cleared out right now.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we had a friend selling their furniture, and I was like, oh my God, we've been looking for a new couch because our couch is just toast, and it can get transitioned into the family room, and then we can have like a couch that doesn't look like a giant like stained dish rag in the living room. It might look like that in like a month, but
Right.
it's a slightly
Exactly.
less embarrassing couch, so that's cool.
Yeah. Good. Good. Awesome. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Excellent. Anything else?
Yeah, that's just about all I got.
All
Uh,
right.
so
Excellent.
I'll make sure to post our usual picture, and then I'll be
Nice.
able to put our AI generated
That'll be awesome.
version
I'm
and
looking
see what
forward to that.
everybody thinks.
Hey, I do have to, because we've been kind of doing this the whole time and keeping people informed. I know that there's been some new things that you can talk about with Valentine Crush.
Yeah, so we are in a couple festivals coming up. We are going to be at the end of the month down in West Virginia, and then
Nice.
up in Minneapolis in I think it's the weekend after Halloween.
Okay.
I'll have to double check, but we'll be in Minneapolis that weekend. It'll be huge. I know Jamie's trying to pull some of the musicians that were in the movie and part of the soundtrack up there to kind of do a big shindig. So
Wow, that'll
we'll
be
have some
fun.
more details next month, because that'll be a fun one.
You have any connections to the roller girls up there
Oh
too?
yeah, I'll have to make sure to
Yeah.
call the Minnesota Roller Girls and the North Stars. I feel like they would probably be down to come out. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Well,
it'd be fun to work out something with them.
and I've gone to the Twin Cities Festival and Film Fest, and it is phenomenal.
Yeah,
It
we were
is.
really pumped when they
Yeah.
contacted us. So that was
Yeah.
a big one we've been crossing our fingers on, and kind of a good way
Absolutely.
to, I think we're gonna be pretty close to the end of our festival run then, so it's good to go on a high note.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and
And a big
it's
party.
been fun being able to be able to stay up to date with that. How many awards did you guys so far end up winning?
Gosh, Jamie's so much better at keeping track of this. I think we've had 9 awards and 13 nominations, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
awesome.
cool.
That's awesome.
Now he's already like, so what are we gonna do next? I'm like, let's just like survive this year.
we're
We'll
finally
look at what we can do for next year.
we're finally close to normal.
I
Let's
know.
enjoy
Let's not
normal.
jinx
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah. I could see why Jamie is probably kind of aching to
Yeah.
do more,
He's
but
itching to start something, and people are asking. So I'm sure we'll cook up something to launch and start pre-production next year. So
yeah, excellent. Well, that's great.
yeah,
Good. Glad to hear that that's still going well.
yeah, it is. It's been fun.
Excellent. All right.
Awesome. Well,
Well, that's
that's
it.
all I got. I'm gonna go wrangle my child upstairs and figure out supper for everybody. But
Perfect.
until
All
next
right.
time, I'm
Yeah.
excited to hear the suggestions from people. So we'll have to do like some bumps on that, get some more feedback on what people can do about how to get more into working out and being healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Sweet.
it sounds great.
Awesome. Well,
All
it's
right.
always a pleasure. We'll see you next time.
Take care. Bye.